She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason.
Okay, people, we have a really exciting tale today, so let's get started. Imagine this. Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett made the bold decision to stir things up during a live TV appearance. She made the contentious claim that America needs immigrants to fill the farm jobs because, let's face it, none of you are attempting to work on farms at the moment. I said what I said, she declared.
We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices.
Oh, and it wasn't over yet. She continued by bringing up cotton picking, plunging headfirst into a verbal minefield. You can only imagine what kind of fireworks ensued. Reactions flooded in from all directions. As one might anticipate, however, the real match was ignited by comedians Tyrus and Greg Gutfeld's response. They weren't merely critical of her statements, they were scathingly funny and sarcastic. They questioned every aspect of her political identity, transforming her remarks into a parody that was both amusing and brutal.
You gotta, to get the job, you gotta leave the Negro at home and do the what it is afternoon, and then once you get in, you can say whatever you want to say. Listen, everyone talks different with their crew and their people. Everyone has a different way of talking when they're with other people or whatever. She's too comfortable, and she thinks she's clever when she does it. But here's the cool part. Somebody's writing that for her.
Yeah.
That's why she had to remember and look back, because apparently Hot Wheels she thought was going to be someone thought it was a wonderful joke and it was going to do well. So she set it up, but she doesn't read good because she's like, and this, and then she said to Hot Wheels, and as soon as she said it, it didn't get the reaction that she thought it.
What do you think? Then, does Crockett simply push buttons, or is she pushing the envelope? Do me a favor, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, press the subscribe button. For you, it may seem like a small click, but to me, it means the world and guarantees that you won't miss a juicy tale like this one. Let's continue this discussion. Okay, share your ideas in the comments section below, and remember to stay tuned. This is not the only source for this story. Okay, let's take a closer look at Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's motivations. She is somewhat of a peculiar figure in Washington. You know, a combination of charisma, viral content, and well, some claim a lack of meaningful policies. What is the source of her political style, then, and why is it such a contentious issue? Now, before we delve further into this, just a heads up, you will undoubtedly find Crockett's political career more of a roller coaster than a straight line. She has built a reputation by arguing for radical changes in crime and justice one day, and then launching into fiery arguments and viral stunts the next. Let's take a moment to reflect on her early years and how she became well-known in politics.
Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist! Tyrus, I go to you for no apparent reason. Do you have an opinion on this? Or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay. None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing. I'm mad at Charmaine the guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be.
Crockett made a dramatic entrance. Her ability to make headlines and go viral on social media was also a factor in her initial appeal. She presented herself as a forward-thinking firebrand, prepared to challenge the status quo and the system. Who doesn't? Like a disruptor, after all. But let's be truthful here, how much of that rhetoric really results in legislation? Some detractors contend that her approach has a serious flaw, and it's not just the critics. Even her supporters are starting to realize that the viral catchphrases aren't often backed by effective laws or tangible programs, although she frequently advocates for broad causes like justice and fairness. Many people think her political career has been more about rhetoric than substance. Consider her remarks regarding labor and immigration. Feel-good platitudes are easy to use, but where's the strategy? This goes beyond hype. It requires developing policies with the potential to bring real change. Her divisive remarks, such as those concerning immigrants and cotton picking, only serve to stoke the flames.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha.
Or literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that they're whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it?
She seems to be in a never-ending dance, with the media trying to balance accountability with visibility. By now, you'd expect someone in her position to make laying down significant groundwork a top priority. Remember that remark about Texas Governor Greg Abbott that turned Governor Hot Wheels into a household nickname? It combined criticism and sarcasm in a furious package, but it also exposed her to accusations of mocking Abbott's disability. Crockett might not have meant to come across as abrasive, but as they say, intent doesn't equal impact. And because they distract from her important points, these kinds of remarks can backfire. According to political analysts, every time one of these car crash sound bites makes the news, Crockett's credibility is damaged and any sincere intentions are overshadowed. But her rhetoric isn't the only thing that raises questions. Her inconsistent stance on crime and policing is another issue. She advocates defunding the police one moment, then discusses common-sense ways to combat crime the next. You're not alone if you're wondering what that means in practice. Critics argue that this flip-flopping confuses voters and deprives them of stable leadership. It appears more about image and timing, with viral moments and hashtags taking precedence over legislation. Is she simply misunderstood, or is it all talk with little action? We need to ask what Crockett truly stands for, or at least what she claims to stand for. On the one hand, she is an outspoken advocate for equality and systemic reform, skilled at provoking conversation. That's undeniable, but speeches only go so far. Many observers believe Crockett's fiery words excite crowds, but rarely translate into legislative success, leaving her seen more as a headliner than a lawmaker. Tyrus and Gutfeld noted her contradictions and lack of results, while critics argue her social media presence fuels image over substance. Though it's tough for a new voice in Congress, that doesn't excuse the absence of tangible outcomes. Supporters may admire her speeches, but others see unfulfilled promises. Crockett remains a polarizing figure, captivating some, alienating others, and her story highlights the gap between image and action in modern politics.